All right, welcome back again, everybody, to Studio D3. Hopefully you got your stencil put on and are ready to paint. And we have Zimri back here again. She's going to show you some tips about the painting part of this process. So we've got some paint here set up, and we have, this is what you got right when you did your take and make. You got some paint in a cup and a paper plate and a makeup sponge, and so Zimri's going to show you the process.
So you're going to take your cup and you're going to pour a little bit onto your plate, and then you're going to take your sponge and dip it into the paint, and then on the side you can have a paper towel and just dip it a few times on the paper towel, and then you're going to go over to your stencil and tap.
Right, so this technique that she's using right here is called stippling, and so this is a straight up and down painting technique. You don't want to do any brushing left and right. You want to make sure that you, as you watch her paint here, you'll see that she's going straight up and down. She's also using a fairly light coat of paint. So you want to do this in 2 light coats. That's much better than doing 1 heavy coat. So you're going to go over your whole project, all the colors that you paint, with this same process. 1 light coat across the whole thing, and then you're gonna put it somewhere to dry for a few minutes. We usually, here in the studio, we put projects in front of a fan and let them dry for a few minutes, and then bring them back and do a second light coat. So you can see every time how she dips her sponge in the paint, then she gets the excess paint off on the paper towel, and then she goes to her project and does the stippling technique straight up and down. You might have some seams in your project from multiple boards, or you might have some distress marks or some little pieces of wood that are imperfect. Don't try to push paint down in all those. Just keep your paint on the surface, and again, fairly light so that you can still see the stencil after you put paint down.
I was also spreading it around. I'm not grabbing more paint once I put it on one spot and just a few dabs. I'm spreading the paint around in more than one spot.
Right, so that's the first coat. We're gonna let this dry. We'll come back and do another coat, and then our next video will show you pulling the stencil off and what that'll look like, and give you some tips for getting your stencil off and revealing a final project. So again, thanks for doing a take and make project with us at Studio D3. If you have questions, feel free to reach out, phone, email, visit our website. Thanks again for supporting small business and us, and we will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye. Bye.